Hi everybody, my name is Christina, and this is my first ASMR video. I wanted to give back to the ASMR community because I've been watching ASMR videos for a while now and felt that I should. So my first introductory video, I'm going to incorporate some of my favorite ASMR sounds, mainly tapping and book noises. But in the future I intend on responding to requests and doing some roleplay videos. I have a few ideas in mind. Probably a lot of my videos will focus on science related things because I'm really into science and I don't want to come off as presumptuous, and I certainly am not an expert, and that's a disclosure I need to give. But if you happen to learn something while watching my videos, that's great. They're mainly intended for relaxation and meant to be tingle inducing, but I figured I could also maybe talk about some of my interests at the same time. So to get started, I'm going to go through a few of my favorite books that I have and show you some pictures, and they are science and nature books, so I hope that you enjoy them. Okay. One of my favorite subjects and things to study is zoology. And I've always really liked the noise of textbooks. In fact, I first started having ASMR symptoms, so to say, when I was in elementary school, and I remember kids next to me flipping through their textbooks and reading out loud from them, and I really enjoyed that. So I figured I would go through this textbook. And introduction, pretty standard. Now this zoology is the study of animals, and this starts off heavily like with biology and some physics and even some like molecular biology, genetics. So it goes through like chemistry, like it goes through like the basics of life sciences. This is like cell information, which I find fascinating. You have to know like the basics of life sciences, cellular metabolism, like physiology, and this looks like the Krebs cycle, how energy is produced. So all this is important if you want to study animals, to have a good review. Genetics. This is like DNA bases, which is interesting to some people. And then we get to the reproductive process. Now we start getting to diversity, and starts going through the classification of the different animals, starting with like invertebrates and then moving through vertebrates. So you start with like the basic sponges and gastropods. That looks like a nudibranch, some sort. And as you move through the book, the animals get more complex. They're like reproductive systems, their feeding structures, their nerves and nerve clusters, their nerves turn to brains, and so they get more advanced classification wise. So that's pretty interesting. Now here's some pictures of some animals you might actually recognize. We have some barnacles and some crabs. And these are all crustaceans. Looks like insects. Insects are really cool. Microcosmos is a really good movie about insects, I if you're interested in insects. That's kind of gross. Mosquitoes. So then here's the echinoderms, which are more closely related to us humans, or to vertebrates, than any of the other invertebrates, which is kind of hard to believe. Then we have fish. Now we're into animals with backbones. Tortoises. Sea turtles. Looks like amphibian. I must have missed some of it because then it starts talking about human. This looks like more like human anatomy and physiology. And it talks about the different organs and the endocrine system, immunity. So I must have skipped through some of the other vertebrates. I guess it classified like fish, reptiles, mammals. That's okay, we don't need to look through all of that. So this kind of goes through the different eras and stuff for development of different animals, and anyone who takes biology or studies any of the biologies or life sciences might have seen this book. Dinosaurs. I like to do a video on dinosaurs at some point. I don't know if people are interested in dinosaurs like I am, but I think they're pretty awesome. So that is the first book I went through, and like I said, it was really through textbooks that I first noticed that sounds could relax me like they did. So I figured that should be the first thing that I demonstrated. So that's it. I studied the ocean, so I'm really into the ocean, and some of my favorite ASMR videos are book videos. I love the sound of scratching on the books and the tapping, so I thought that in my introductory video that I would share this book because it has a lot to do with what I'm into, and it's one of my favorite sounds. This one is about the ocean, revealing the secrets of the deep. The kind of ocean color here. Here's just a side of some animals that you find in the ocean. This barracuda's kind of intimidating. And it talks about the circulation of water, the different tides, the different oceans, how everything interconnects, the crust under the ocean. And that's kind of like more like your oceanography stuff. And then it gets more into like the ecology and how the animals interact with their environment. Here's some pretty little penguins. I love penguins. March of the Penguins is one of my favorite movies. Talks about some of the larger animals, like a manatee, or is that a dugong? I think it's a manatee. And it talks about some of the plankton and microscopic animals. Hammerhead. Oh, well, that's lovely. Picture that somebody was drawing this crocodile. That's very nice. Maybe they'll finish it one day. Some crabs. Just lots of pretty ocean pictures. I love crustaceans. They're so cute. There's a giant squid, some otters. They're one of my favorite marine mammals, the otters. They're really playful, like dolphins. Mangroves. So you can find these in like Florida and further south. It looks like a nurse shark. Mud skipper. My little sister loves mud skippers. Oh, these are animals, and then this is like Arctic animals. All the pretty beluga whales. They actually have beluga whales in the Atlanta Aquarium in Georgia. If you're ever interested in seeing some, they're fascinating. Polar bears and walruses, and then ooh, I like the deep sea creatures. They're pretty gnarly looking. Some of them are kind of scary. This is the dark zone. And one of the first colors to disappear in the ocean is red. So a lot of the prey are red because then it's harder for their predators to detect them. That's just a little fun fact for you. So that is this book about oceans. Like I said, I studied the oceans, marine biology, so this wasn't a school book, this was just a book I bought on the side, but I love it. Okay, so books are my favorite ASMR sound, but I also like videos, and I figured since I was talking about nature and science, I'd show you some of my favorite science videos. This my sister actually got me for my college graduation, and it's one of my favorite video sets. I'm sure most people have seen it, and this is the BBC version, and it's categorized the different regions of the earth, everything from the Arctic and the ocean to the jungle and the deserts. But it's really fascinating footage, and some of it was like groundbreaking footage, the way that it was filmed, so it's very interesting to me. Another one of my favorites, and I had to watch like all of these when I was in school, is Blue Planet, and it's just basically all about the ocean. And this is the BBC version, and I know that they show a lot of reruns of this on Animal Planet, so I still see them all the time. This is another set that my sister bought me for my graduation. I was so excited. This came out after Planet Earth. It's a little bit more of an extensive work, but still very similar. And it's also broken down into the different, this one actually breaks it down into the different types of animals. So you have like mammals, reptiles, insects, birds, plants, primates. So this one's really cool too. I love it. And then you see a little frog on the back. He's pretty cute. Probably poisonous. And of course, one of my favorite times of the year is Shark Week. So I was pretty excited when I found this. I'm really fascinated by sharks, and I like learning about them. I like diving with them. I like watching them. I think they're very misunderstood. This kind of has a cool effect to it when you move it. So I just have some other fun things that make sounds, since this is my introductory video. I wanted to introduce myself, but I also wanted to make some cool sounds. This is a fish that is supposed to be a flounder. an art teacher that I know, her mom made this with clay, and they baked it in a kiln, and I just thought it was so cute. And you could probably actually order one of these online, but I thought it made a kind of a cool sound. And I have this hanging in my kitchen. I'm not very creative, I'm not very artsy, so I just thought that was adorable. This box that I found at the Ivy Cottage, which is basically like an antique consignment, and when you go in, if you see something you like, you can either buy it or you can wait, because it will go down in price every so often. So it's kind of like a gamble. If you wait, someone else might buy it, or you could end up getting it for cheaper. But I just thought that the crafting, the wood design was really neat. So I have all different types of teas in here that I use. I have like all my different teas. Green tea isn't my favorite tea, but I drink it because I know that it's supposed to be like alkalizing and really good for you. My mom always brings me green tea when she visits, which is very nice. I have this weird brand of instant ginger tea that somebody gave me. It says it's from Korea. So I know that ginger is good for like digestion and stomach aches. Relaxing tea. So this is my lovely little tea box. And that's about it. I'm open to requests for videos. I have a few ideas of my own that I will set in motion over the next few weeks, and I'm open to constructive criticism. This is my first video, so I know it's not going to be perfect and everyone likes something different, so I'm definitely open to suggestions and ideas. So thank you and have a lovely day.